Long Beach Search and Rescue members meet here every Tuesday night behind Fire Station 17 and the Fire Department Captain Deva Rosa Regional Training Center for their weekly briefings and training. Here's where members learn new skills like how to lay hoses and how to perform auto extrication to save a patient involved in a car collision. Welcome to Campus Connection. I'm Joy. We are just days away from the election, and Long Beach residents have the opportunity to vote in person at CSULB. Eric Montez Gabino has more details about the poll place. Long lines, big crowds, and amazing deals define Black Friday shopping. It's a tradition that puts many in the Christmas spirit. However, this year, stores are handling Black Friday differently due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Joy Rowden, reporting for Campus Connection. When it comes to saving people, the Long Beach Search and Rescue members help assist the Long Beach Police and Fire Departments in emergency situations like second alarm fires, natural disasters, SWAT team incidents, and missing person searches, just to list a few.
It is also a lot of very fun stuff if you enjoy using chainsaws to cut trees or rappelling down the tower or cutting up cars. It's a lot of stuff that kids ages 15 to 18 don't normally get to do.
Long Beach Search and Rescue members meet here every Tuesday night behind Fire Station 17 and the Fire Department Captain Deva Rosa Regional Training Center for their weekly briefings and training. Here's where members learn new skills like how to lay hoses and how to perform auto extrication to save a patient involved in a car collision.
If you're a firefighter or a cop, you're going to be interacting with people on probably the worst day of their life. Their house could be burning down, someone they know could have just died, and they're calling you to come help them.
Each year, only 40 people are selected to become members of Search and Rescue. Once selected, members began learning skills like traffic control, first aid, and fire behavior in the Basic Rescue Recruit Academy.
I'd definitely say that Search and Rescue has had an impact on my life, even though it might sound a little corny because I've only been for like a year, but it's definitely one of my priorities, and I try to volunteer any chance I get, and it's like a second home to me.
Anyone between the ages of 15 and 18 can apply. Some say it's training they can't get anywhere else. The next time they'll be accepting applications will be next year. Joy Rowden, Campus Connection. Long lines, big crowds, and amazing deals define Black Friday shopping. It's a tradition that puts many in the Christmas spirit. However, this year, stores are handling Black Friday differently due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Joy Rowden, reporting for Campus Connection. Large gatherings are notorious breeding grounds for a COVID-19 outbreak. LA County, having more than 4,000 new COVID cases, is forcing stores to manage Black Friday without the large crowds.
I'm old-fashioned. I still like getting up at 3 in the morning and waiting in line for 3-4 hours. And that's another thing that's changed. People now, they camp a day before.
I'm here at the shopping center on 2nd and PCH in Long Beach. Shopping malls and outlets like this one are implementing new measures such as curbside pickups, limiting customer occupancy, and starting sales days earlier. All of this is being done to help customers be safe from COVID.
I do feel safe, I think, because the stores are limiting the amount of people that are going to be inside the store. I've actually been to malls, and I don't know how it's going to be this year, where they've actually closed off parking lots just to limit the amount of people at the mall.
Shoppers can continue to expect sanitation stations and plastic barriers at cash registers, and stores will be disinfecting areas frequently visited by customers.
For me, I know it gets really overwhelming just seeing like a line of people and seeing how many things they have in their carts. But just be patient with us, like everyone's doing their job, and just kind of put us in your shoes or vice versa.
To avoid COVID, shoppers must always wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart from each other, avoid large crowds, and take advantage of online deals and curbside pickup options instead of shopping in person. I'm Joy Rowden, Campus Connection. Job security is a thing of the past, as the COVID outbreak continues to leave many Americans unemployed. To combat this issue, many are turning their side hustles into another stream of income, one of those being home-based LASH technicians. In 2019, California's unemployment rate was at 4%, a record low. That unemployment rate has now risen to 11% in 2020. Many women are choosing to become lash technicians because of its relatively low startup cost.
Now I do not offer home visits, and I do have everybody come to my home, but my garage is detached, so I make it a very strong point to not let anybody into my home because I do live with my family.
In the past, many women would rely on a pair of fake glue-on lashes for their go-to glam look. However, these days, many women are turning to a more semi-permanent alternative, known as lash extensions. I'm Joy Rowden, reporting for Campus Connection.
I think just having lashes is enough, and it just makes you just ready for the day, looking like you just woke up like all beautiful and pretty.
Eyelash extensions can last anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. A lash technician will isolate each eyelash, place the fake eyelash on top of the natural lash, and then apply a coating sealant to the lashes.
Being a lash technician has helped me a lot. I have had very good income during these times, and I guess women are never going to stop wanting to look good. So that's been very much to my favor.
Eyelash extensions are expensive, but finding a home-based lash technician can be a cheaper alternative to getting your glam on. Searching on Instagram is one way to find a lash tech in an area near you. Joy Rowden, Campus Connection. LA County is currently on the state of California's COVID-19 monitoring list, with more than 8% of people testing positive. This means that the Long Beach School District is still prohibited from reopening its schools for in-person learning.
I don't like online school. I think it's difficult to absorb the material. I think it's challenging to be engaged.
Before the pandemic, students went to class in buildings like the one behind me, but as you can see, there's no students around. Now students are doing their classes and submitting assignments virtually through programs like Zoom and Google Classrooms. However, these programs and this new method of instruction is not without error.
So LBUSD this year adopted Canvas. Before we were using Google Classroom and School Loop. So none of the teachers really know how to use it. None of the students really know how to use it.
Remote learning might not be the best solution for every student. Parents considering homeschool are faced with the risk of their children losing their spot at their neighborhood school.
I would be much more likely to be homeschooling them if I could guarantee that they would just be in the homeschool spot next year. Yeah, the neighborhood school spot.
For now, LA County schools are only open for students needing specialized services. Visit covid19ca.gov for more updates on the possibilities of schools reopening by county. This is Joy Rowden, Campus Connection. Coming up on Campus Connection. The election is just days away, and voters can go to Long Beach State to cast their in-person ballots. California Prop 22 has ride-sharing drivers and companies divided. And shark sightings in SoCal aren't stopping many from going to the beach. All that and more, coming up next. The city of Long Beach is close to reaching a grim milestone. Almost 13,000 people have tested positive for COVID-19. Last week, the city opened grant applications for nonprofit organizations affected by the virus. The grant is also expected to help mental health agencies. As of September 29th, Long Beach State has reported 17 positive COVID-19 cases. The campus has since been open for limited in-person instruction. The LGBTQA community celebrates October as Outtober, and as part of the celebration, the campus newspaper featured coming out stories. Carla Gutierrez talked to special projects editor of the Daily 49er, who told his story about living his truth. Coming up after the commercial break, an update on beach basketball with Jordan Newby. Stay tuned. This is a time of the year that great white sharks should be migrating away from the Southern California coast, not hanging around. Brianna Valladares speaks to Huntington Beach residents about the recent sightings. The Journalism and Public Relations Department is trying to make it easier on students needing equipment for some of their courses. Students can now pick up devices like cameras, microphones, and recorders from a locker located on campus. This makes everything contactless.
Super easy. You just get your confirmation code and you have to sanitize it before you give it back. But other than that, it was really user friendly.
Students are able to request equipment using the online reservation form on the department's website. All JPR students are welcome to use the devices for class assignments. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joy Rowden, and we'll see you next time on Campus Connection.